Well, hello, Sin Fam! Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cyanide, and if you're new to the channel, I just want to give an extra special welcome. I'll let you know that I'm glad you're here and hope you enjoy yourselves. But before we begin, you need to head on down and smash the crap out of that like button, subscribe to this channel, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Why? Because if you don't, you're going to wake up to find your bed floating around in the ocean, and you might end up running into Chad over here. Now you don't want that now, do you? I didn't think so. I also want to remind you before we begin today that I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So once the video is complete, just scroll on down and click that link to my Twitch channel. Follow me over there. We'll have a lot of fun as I play different games. If you have any guides that you want me to make or any games you want to watch me play, either here or in my stream, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below. I truly appreciate it. Not only does it help me with the algorithm, but it helps me make sure that I deliver the content that you guys would rather watch and enjoy more. So please let me know. I really appreciate it. So, in today's video, we're going to go over a couple of interesting things. We're going to go over the Bozja Front, what its uses are, what are its uses, how to unlock it, and your resistance weapons, how to start those quests so that you can unlock your resistance weapon for each different class. And we'll even go over what the quests require in general. So, without further ado, first, what is Bozja Front? Bozja Front is essentially almost like an instanced zone specifically made up of ways for you to level up level up your experience out there. Plus, there's a quest out there. It's a separate ranking system, so essentially you have a rank. You can gain rank and lose rank as long as you don't die. Now, if you die before you head into town, I'll show you. So let me head over there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. By the way, here we are at the Dome and Enclave. Make sure you've gotten all your etherite crystals laying around the Dome and Enclave, because that'll make this a lot easier. Because once you do that, you just have the area where those zone in for Bozja Southern Front right here. So we'll get back to you as soon as we get there. And here we are in the Gangos area. Although I don't see... Ah, there we go. So this is where we'll be doing resistance weapons and where you'll be participating in the Bozja Southern Front and a place called Zadnor. Now these places both function the same way, so I only have to visit one. It's not going to really be a spoiler, but see, it's an instanced zone, right? You can start at 71, but you need to have completed certain story aspects, which we'll get to in just a second, but I want to show you how they function. So the way it functions, you'll be in here with a bunch of people from different servers. Now, what you'll do is you'll end up getting resistance rank. So it's based on your metal. And when you hit a certain amount of metal, you'll actually rank up. Make sure that you visit, I believe it's your resistance commander right here, every single time you do, because until you visit him and lock in your next rank, you can actually lose. You can lose metal when you die out here. And so You can't lose a rank once you've locked it in, but you can lose enough metal that you can't get your rank if you die out here before you visit him. So make sure you visit him every single time it pops up that you have enough to go to the next rank. It'll let you know. So that's the major important thing. As you can see, it's basically an area made up of different kinds of, they're similar to fates, but they're not called fates out here. They are called something else, can't remember what they are, but you're going to participate in those, and that is how you're going to get rank. You don't get medal. You don't get medal doing anything else. You don't get experience from killing stuff out here. You only get experience from participating in both kinds of fates, right? But it's a significant amount. It's a really good way to level up an alternate character while working on your rank out here, to be honest. They level up much faster and a little bit easier. So this is a good way to get from 71 to 80 while working on something that you are going to end up needing anyway. So that's what I recommend for that. Anyway, that's what the Southern Front looks like on the inside. We're going to head back out and then we'll talk about how to unlock it. Oh, well, hello there. We're back outside. So, in order to unlock this, the Bozja Southern Front, you need to have completed the level 80 quest, Where Eagle's Nest, which will leave you, which will get you caught up to the main scenario quests, up to Vows of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty, right? Then after that, you're gonna head to Rauger's Reach, and you're gonna finish the Bozja incident and the fire in the forge. And that'll give you access to Gongos, which is the area that we're at right now. You usually have to take a boat unless you have all the aetherite crystals in the Dome and Enclave captured. Once you've captured all those, you don't have to use the boat. Otherwise, you'll actually have to like go over and take like your, go to the boat, right? Once you're in the Gongos area, you're gonna speak to a guy named Marsak. He's at 6.4 by 5.7, which puts him firmly, so he'll be standing right here. Like I said, he's not here on mine because I've already done all the quests I need for him, but he'll be standing right here at 6.4 by 5.7 in Gongos. Once you're ready, or once you've unlocked it with him, you can go in with either a party or a solo. I'm just gonna head over to Sajiros over here, and he is going to send you into the Bozja Southern Front, like we just stated. Now, there is a story quest in there that requires you to rank up. In order for you to 100% get your highest rated or your highest level, as you can see, resistance weapon, you're going to have to complete every single part of story in the Bozja Southern Front and in Zadnor. Zadnor is going to give you the very last section, or the very last upgrades to your weapon. So make sure you follow all of that and get all those quests done. Now, here's the thing that you've been waiting for. How do you get your resistance weapon started? Well, this is how we get it started, okay? You're gonna head to Kagane. Now here, this is important. you need to be done with the main scenario quest from Shadowbringers in order to unlock. And by the way, we're gonna keep watching where I'm heading because I know exactly where to go. Then I'll show you where to go when I get there. But I'm gonna head over this bridge. But while we're en route, you need to make sure you finish the Shadowbringers main story quest completely. And I know I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but you also need to finish the Return to Ivalice raid series, which is the one that you get from Keaton here. So once you've done that, Keaton here will have another quest, right? And it'll be a quest called Hail to the Queen. And so once you completed the Ivalice quest, like all the quests that go with the raid, you'll have a quest named Hail to the Queen, which is the beginning of your resistance weapon. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that. You want to make sure that you have 1,000 elegant tombstones of poetics, because you'll need 1,000 for each relic weapon after your first, but you'll also need it for the first one. So just to sum it up, there are 38 side quests, 7 of which are repeatable for each weapon, meaning the very first time you go through it, you'll have 36 quests you're going to end up doing, or 38 quests you're going to end up doing, and then 7 of them you'll have to go through for every subsequent weapon that you make after that first one. All right. So all the important ones are located in, like, all the ones that you're going to end up doing that are repeatable are going to be located in Gongos. You can finish them up in Bozja Southern Front or in Zadnor, but some of them are a little bit easier to do outside of those, which we'll explain those when we get to them, because I'm going to go over every single quest that's in this chain. So you're going to need to get your very first. You're going to need to get your very first weapon in order to start, right? So what you're going to need for your first weapon, you're going to need 4 Thavnarian scale powders. They cost 250 poetics each. That's why you need 1,000. That's why you need to use 1,000 for each weapon, because you're going to buy these scale powders. You need 4 of them for each weapon. You might as well just start spending your poetics on those, because you don't need them at level 80 for pretty much for anything else. There's no reason to even have them. So that's good. It's a good way to use them without just having them sit there and, amass, right? In order to do that, you're gonna head over to well, there's several ways you can do it. But you can do it in Mordona at the weapons vendor there. I can't remember which one it was. Or you can go to any merchant, which is the representative, for as an example, the representative in Limsa Laminsa for I think it's just a representative of the same places that you get your weapons from in Mordona. Anyway, when you're there, you're gonna go to combat supplies, special arms materials. That's gonna be down at the bottom, or like what I do. Let me head over there to show you. All right, here we are in Mordona. By the way, it's important that you do not sleep on your relic weapon, or sleep on Bozja, because you need it for your relic weapon. You'll need, now a lot of guys will say you'll need rank 15. That is false. In order to completely 100% finish your resistance weapon, you will need rank 25. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Which means you're going to have to go to Zadnor at some point. because some of the quests are not available to you hit rank 25, and primarily the ones that'll get you into best of slot, and that is best of slot. So 535 is the highest item level right now in the game. All right. So you're gonna go to Ariana, Servant of Splendors. You're gonna go to I think I did that too fast for you. And you're gonna go to Special Arms. And right there is your Thravian Scale Powders, right there. So you might as well just head to Mordona. I find it easier because you spend for your first time playing through the game, you spend a lot of time over here purchasing items. So there you go. Now you know how to get your Thravian Scale Powders. You'll need plenty of them, so don't be afraid to just, you know, use your poetics to do that. That should be top priority, since every class in the game you're gonna need. If you want to get one for every class in the game, you'll need to not only level them up to level 80, but you'll need, you know, you're gonna need your 4 Thravarian scale powders in order to get their weapon. So you're gonna go through all of the quests that the quest line, and eventually gonna come to a quest after you've gotten your first base weapon, like the base weapon, no frills. Right? You're gonna start with your first grind, and it's gonna be lovely. You're going to need to farm memories of the dying, particularly the tortured, sorrowful, and harrowing memories of the dying. So, to get tortured memory of the dying, you're going to need to it can be obtained in 2 different ways. They are guaranteed drops and fates in either Korthos Western Highlands or Sea of Clouds, which I did the Korthos Western Highlands myself. In the Bozja Southern Front areas, they can drop from skirmishes or mobs randomly. It's going to take you twice as long to do those. So, especially if you've already got a head start on your actual rank, you might want to do the grind out in the world, because that's what I did. For the sorrowful memories of the dying, you're going to get guaranteed drops from the fates in either the Dravanian Forlands or the Churning Mists, but you can also get them in the second area in the Bozja Front and the skirmishes, but they're guaranteed from the fates that in the areas I described. For harrowing memories of the dying, sorry, those are guaranteed drops in the Dravanian Hinterlands or Ozzy's Law. I did the Hinterlands a little bit easier. You can also get them from the third area in the Bozja Southern Front, but it's more random and they'll take you twice as long again, right? If you want a little map of what I'm talking about, I'll show you on screen right now. You can see that in the bottom half there is where you find your tortured memories of the dying. In the middle, which is the second area, is where you find your sorrowful memories of the dying, and you get your harrowing memories of the dying up in the third area. Anyway, now once you've done that, you'll hand them in. You'll get a quest called the Will to Resist. You only need 6 of them, but you'll need 6 bitter memories of the dying. This one isn't too bad to do. You only need to get them through 60. You get them through level 60 dungeons, synced, any of them. So if you can just run level 60 dungeons while synced, you're good to go. A lot of people did. I did the Anna Tower 6 times in a row because it's the fastest one out of the level 60 range, right? And it has to be level 60. Can't be above level 60. Can't be below level 60. It has to be exactly level 60. So remember that, otherwise that won't count. You can get them once per day in the leveling roulette. You can also get them randomly through any critical engagement out in the Bozja Southern Front, which are the the red fates, the ones that require larger groups. Plus, they also drop from random mobs in Bozja, but those have the absolute lowest chance of dropping them. So, I recommend, my recommendations for that is to go to the inverted tower, not inverted tower, what's it called? Maybe it is that one, anti-tower. You go to the anti-tower and do that, because that one's actually the best, or the fastest one to do. Once you've done that, right, you're going to be at a standstill until you clear Castrum Lacus Latore, which is a pain in the ass to do. You'll need to be level 15, or you'll want to be level 15. I promise you. Trust me, you want to be level 15 to get there and there. It's basically the Bozja Southern Front dungeon or raid that shows up. It's a 48-man raid that shows up randomly. It's like every 2 hours or something like that, and you hope that there's 48 people that are willing to do it. It's a little hard to do now. I would visit. I'm pretty sure they have a realm Discord specifically meant for running the Bozja Southern Front stuff that that is set like that. So if I were you, I would make sure I plug that in just to make sure you can get it done. Now, once you've done all that, you're gonna go for the crystal. You're gonna go for well, I did the crystal data center. They have one for Aether. They have one for Primal, and then they have one for each of the data centers. It's gonna be a Discord channel that you go in. You type in your little squiggly LFG and then the role you're looking for. It'll sort you out, and you end up going in with a group of people that'll help you get through it. That's how I got through it. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but you'll get through it. So once you've done that, you can go to the second phase of upgrades. So you're going to continue. You're gonna have to now that you've unlocked the Delubrium Arigne, you're gonna get used to that one a little bit, because you're gonna be using it a lot. But your next upgrade can be a quest called Change of Arms. We're gonna have to obtain 15 loathsome memories of dying. You can get those done. You can any loathsome memories of dying from the Labyrinth of the Ancient, Circus Tower, or the World of Darkness, any of the Crystal Tower raids, right? I mean, or you can run Castrum Lacus Latore, which will drop you 5 per run as opposed to 1 per run. But like I said, it's going to be a pain in the butt just to get into it once. Trust me, you just don't. So once you're done doing the Crystal Tower raids instead of subjecting yourself to frustration and torture, you are going to continue on and do the next step of the quest, called Resistance Remembers. Now, for this, we're going to get 18 haunted and 18 vexatious memories of the dying. They come from the Dune Scathe Alliance raids and the Return to Ivalice raids, respectively. You get 3 per run for those now, since they've done the patch. It used to be 1, which will help out significantly. Or you can go to Girabana, which they've increased the drop rate since the patch 5.58. I would just do Dune Scathe, because that's, like I said, that's also where I got my current transmog for my armor, as you can see. The same thing with the Vexatious, only those will be the Ivalice raids and the Fates in the Far East region. I would just do the Ivalice raids because they're fun. I mean, why not, right? So once those are done, you're going to end up doing something called a new path of resistance. You'll be doing the Time Worn artifact. You can do the Palace. In order to get those, you can either do Palace of the Dead, which has a random RNG drop, or you can run the 48-man raid, Delibrum Regine, and get a 3 of them guaranteed to drop per run. I would do Delibrum. It is absolutely the fastest way to do it. All right. I would absolutely rather do that. The other one's just going to take too long. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you've gotten that second upgrade path done, you're going to be able to augment your attributes. You can actually personally select the stats that you prefer on your weapon. Right? You can always recondition it with 4 ethereal assailant for 100 poetics, which would be 400 total. So that'll allow you to reset your stats if you need to. So the final face is the Blades of Gunhilder. So in order to do the final phase, you're gonna have to do a quest called "What Dreams Are Made Of." It's gonna unlock, as soon as you finish the quest, a new playing field after you enter Zadnor. So it's a 3-part quest. This one's a pain in the butt. It's 3 separate quests, but you have to get all 3 done. Oh, so you're gonna need to get 30 compact axles, 30 compact springs, 30 a day in the life battles for the realm, 30 a day in the life beyond the rift, 30 bleak memories of the dying, and 30 lurid memories of the dying. Yeah, this is rough. The drop rates are quite low, so I would recommend getting them from doing the raids. For the compact axle, you're going to do floors 1 through 2, 5 through 6, 9 through 10. 1 and 2, 5 and 6, 9 and 10 in the Alexander raids while they're synced. And for the springs, you'll do the other floors 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12. You get 1 per, but they go pretty quick, so it's not that bad. It could be way worse. Now for the day in the life battles for the realm, you're going to do floors 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, and 10 in the Omega normal raids. For day in the life beyond the rift, you're going to do floors 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12 in the Omega raids, which is level 70 normal raids. You should have that unlocked by now. So a fond memory, they're going to end up getting memories of the bleak and lurid memories of the dying. To get bleaks, you're going to do floors 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, and 10 of Eden normal raids, which are the level 80 raids, which we went over how to unlock those last video. The lurid memories of the dying you're going to get from floors 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12 of the Eden raids. That's going to be the hardest part. It's the longest part for sure. If you want to subject yourself to the torture of getting them done, I'll put a map on the screen right now. As you can see, you get your springs in the southern powder of Zadnor. You can get your books in the middle area of Zadnor, and you can get your crystals in the northern part of Zadnor. But the drop rates are abysmal. It's just, I mean, it's really not good. I mean, it's not worth the time. That's all I have to say. The final step is called Irresistible. You'll get raw. You need 15 raw emotions. So here's the breakdown. You can do Del Riata, which is the raid at the end of Zadnor. That will give you 3 per clear. Or you can do the Delibrum Regine, which actually has a queue for it, unlike the Del Riata. And you get 2 per clear, but you're guaranteed to get in at some point because there's a queue for it. And there's actually matchmaking for it. You can also do level 70 dungeons synced. And you get 1 per clear of those. And if you do have it on high, you have it's RNG again. It's like 1 you have a chance of getting one for every 10 floors. I mean, so do it the way you want to do it, but you know, I actually felt that the Librum Reginae was a little bit better, personally, because I actually enjoyed it. But if you prefer doing level 70 dungeons, I mean, then that's, I mean, whatever you find will be less of an issue for you. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that gives you a breakdown of everything that you need to know for your resistance weapons. A little bit longer video, but I wanted to make sure I covered all the information. So if you found this information helpful, and you're going to be starting your own resistance weapon quest soon, then please smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friend, let them know how they can do the same thing. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. Remember, the gamers can and should be unifiers because you play games. What better way to unify people with each other than having a common interest as wonderful as games? We should be treating each other better, sticking with each other, because we're going to have to take the reins of this world at some point. We might as well begin getting along. So remember, gamers can and should be unifiers. I want y'all, remember, to live your best game. I'll catch y'all in the next one.